it's an elected official or worked on the committee that helped stamp it all, we didn't mail it to them. Anybody that we knew about it, we didn't mail it to them. There's certainly no exclusion. It was about getting anybody and everybody involved who wanted to.
Other work involved the town.
Okay, anybody else?
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Pat.
I had a question. I listened to you talk about you're running an ad, but I don't have a clue what the job description is or what the ad says the duties are, or can we find that out?
Would you like to read? You're talking about the one from Mr. Pritchard, the zoning board?
Is that for comprehensive planning committee?
Yeah.
Could this officer read the letter so they'll know?
Okay, you want, and then I'll just say what my second question is, and then I'll give you back the microphone to read it.
Okay. There's
When Donnie, when you went to the court thing, what was the outcome? Guilty or not guilty?
Well, the judge says I wasn't guilty. The legislators pardoned everything. Everyone else, there's others, and the prosecutors pardoned.
Okay, so you were not guilty and you didn't have to pay anything back. So my question is if somebody takes you to court and you're not guilty, then why are you stuck with the fees to defend yourself?
Well, the township could reimburse me, but I can't vote on it. It's got to be Jeff and Nanny. Jeff's not going to vote on it, so for it.
I believe it was Mr. Fox that he stated that neither one of us.
I'll get it back.
The Attorney General states.
I hear you.
Attorney General states, and you read the law, that I am, as a trustee, entitled to reimbursement. But since I haven't got it, I've still got time, either go to small claims court or go ahead and sue. And I'm working on that because there's about 3 of them involved. So I figure I'll get.
Mrs. West, it's a matter of public record that you could get a copy of that, what that judge reported.
anybody else?
So you
Here,
can read,
I got
read
it.
the result of that.
I got the letter. I can give you a copy of it. It states that in some cases you are allowed to get Medicare reimbursement. They never went to the Attorney General for an opinion because the way the outcome was.
The judge officially dismissed it for what he called lack of evidence, and the case is appealable. And that record is available.
I said with the proper resolution.
Okay, so if you're not guilty, then usually the person that
The judge
takes you
didn't
to
rule
court-
guilty or not guilty because he dismissed it based on his opinion of lack of evidence.
Dismissed on lack
And
of
it is appealable.
So if there's no evidence, then same thing as you're innocent?
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
It's really on the other side.
I'm still here in office, and they didn't get the Attorney General's opinion because Jeff jumped the gun. He was supposed to wait on an opinion from another outfit, and instead he hurried up. So,
That's not an accurate statement. So you have
Well,
a difference, have a difference of opinion on that.
That'll be next season's soap opera, we'll hear about it.
There's still public comment.
Yeah.
The reruns are coming on now, so it'll be good. This is.
May 2009 Bowling Green Township meeting public comments by Will Kern. At the April 9 public meeting, Trustee Watkins again made misleading and downright false public statements that I wanted to now respond to. He stated that I was a government employee, that this means that I think I can do anything I want, and somehow that I had done something illegal by spending time, energy, and money working on my own private property. First off, is Trustee Watkins not getting paid and duly compensated as an elected government employee right now? Fact is in March 2007, his total compensation package was to the tune of $2,500 a month. Yes, this figure also includes his then illegal Medicare reimbursement check as well. I already pointed out how this was and is still illegal and provided the exact revised code sections that apply. I've also pointed out other sections of the statute that have been violated and not adhered to, Yet Trustee Watkins continuously alleges that I did something illegal without providing any sort of specific ORC references. Yes, indeed, I spent my own money to buy some private property, worked for over 12 years to improve my private property. Fact is, I've never worked on the actual public roadway, but rather installed private driveway entrances to 2 separate private property lots, which were legally split. Since the Township Board of Trustees has chosen not to have a resolution in place to enact ORC Section 5571.16, obtaining a permit before installing driveway culvert or making excavation in township highway or highway right-of-way, how then can they come back on anyone installing a culvert driveway or doing some excavation work on their own property without obtaining an actual permit from the township? The fact is, there have been numerous instances of other residents installing driveway culverts and driveways, let alone working on the right-of-way without any sort of public accusations of illegal activity, as is being raised by Trustee Watkins. So one has to wonder, why am I the only one getting this sort of treatment? Why is Trustee Van Buren illegally referenced, if you reference ORC 5571.14, calling out the sheriff about a dumping of landscaping rocks on the very edge of a 30-foot right-of-way and around my private property pond? How odd's that? Especially considering the fact that he has stated to me recently that people dump all sorts of tires, junk, and yes, even old appliances on his property. Yet these clearly illegal acts he chooses not to call the sheriff on. Fact is, I corrected a major water runoff problem on my property, one that was present for many years, one that not one trustee had cared to even discuss. Why? Because until 2000, the trustees could care less what happened at our dead-end road, as some have called the road to nowhere. The fact remains, the private driveway I installed again with my own time and money has been used by 2 school buses and trash trucks since 2005, all without any sort of problems. Yet any work to improve the actual 12-foot wide public roadway at the location in question has all been done totally at taxpayer funds, and it's also been done in direct violation of several sections of the ORC. Thus the fact is, this work was all done illegally. But what does Trustee Watkins call this? Continual illegal efforts? Oh, he says that this is just an investment. Oh yes, I forgot, he also said that he was somehow just doing me a favor. The fact is, ORC 5571.07, petition by landowners, duties of the board, the original petitioners, which were the previous landowners of record who requested the road to be extended, should have actually been asked to pay the costs and expenses incurred for such improvement. So what else can you call this other than a huge failure and blunder on the part of the previous Board of Trustees? Had they followed through and acted in accordance with the applicable ORC sections, we all would have saved a lot of time, energy, money, and aggravation. Let alone there would never have been a never-ending saga to even discuss. So I say, after being a trustee for almost 30 years, maybe it's time to do things in accordance with the ORC sections you're supposed to abide by when you were sworn into office. It's high time to stop the continual personal attacks, baseless accusations, intimidation, and harassment actions against a private resident, taxpayer, and yes, even one of your fellow elected trustees.
Time's up.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I'm the only one that gets timed, right?
I make a motion.
Long-winded.
You might want to listen to that videotape and see how the last time she talked for 15 minutes about different subjects and never got interrupted. Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah, if you look at the timeline, you took 15 minutes and they never said a word.
I think people
On the
talk
roller,
in
are you
between
gonna
me talking.
have that for a June meeting or road meeting? For the roller, yeah. So we, we made a motion to purchase it, so we can get it, don't have to wait a month.
I'll have to check.